we are studying the angiospermic plant families. As you know, we have studied many angiospermic plant families. Out of them, majority are the dicotyledonous plant family. After that, we have studied the two monocotyledonous plant family as well, right? And today as well, we are going to consider the monocotyledonous plant family, which is called as the Liliaceae family, famously called as the lily family. So on the similar lines, we are going to discuss the vegetative characters for the Liliaceae family, then the reproductive characters for the Liliaceae family. After that, the floral formula, then the floral diagram for the Liliaceae family, and finally the economic importance of this particular Liliaceae family. All right. So consider this is your syllabus, and we are dealing with the paper 1 and the chapter number 3, that is the phanerogams. Okay, under which you have to study gymnosperms as well as the angiosperms, and we are here at the Liliaceae family. Okay, and we are going to consider all the characteristics which we have studied for the rest of the angiospermic plant families. Okay, so let us see the distribution of the Liliaceae family. See, this particular Liliaceae family is famously called as the lily family. Okay, now this particular name is given due to the genus of the plant, which is called as the lily, and this lily genus is a very dominant genus in the Liliaceae family, and hence this Liliaceae family is also called as the lily family. Okay, it contains the nearly 250 genera and more than 4,000 species are there. So comparatively, a good number of the species belongs to this particular Liliaceae family, which is the monocotyledonous family, and it is worldwide in distribution. See, cosmopolitan in distribution. If you go to the anywhere in the country, or in every country, you will definitely find there is a presence of the Liliaceae family members, because they were cosmopolitan in presence. They were found everywhere. They have such adaptability that they nearly covered every habitat in the Mother Earth, right? So in India, they were represented by the almost 169 species. All right. So they are famously called as the lily family. More than 4,000 species are there. They were cosmopolitan in presence, and they were having the 169 species in the India. Now see the vegetative characters. How the vegetative characters are there? First of all, let us consider the habit. Okay. See, mostly herbs, and as you know, when we say mostly herb, this is an advanced characteristics. Okay. Mostly herbs are there, and these herbs are showing the beautiful flowers. Okay. So mostly herbs. For this we have the example of Asphodelus. Okay, this is the herb. Consider this is the first picture. This first picture belongs to the Asphodelus, and this Asphodelus is the herb. Okay, and they were penetrating by the rhizome. See, this is very important, because under the ground they were having the rhizome, and by using this rhizome they were penetrating. That literally means below the ground. Okay, if you observe below the ground, there is a rhizome, and this rhizome, when the plants die off, this rhizome will remain dormant throughout the unfavorable season, and once the favorable season is there, for example, once the rainy season is there, this rhizome will again grow into the new plant. Okay, so that literally means they were pollinating by using this particular rhizome. Okay, and this type of rhizome were found in the aloe vera. Consider this second picture. This is the aloe vera, or the aloe genus plant, and this aloe genus belongs to the Liliaceae family. Okay, then they were also pollinating by the bulb. Okay, for example, the lilium and the tulipa. Okay, see, this is the lilium plant, and this is the tulipa plant, and both of these plants were having the bulb, underground bulb, and by using this bulb they pollinate themselves. Okay, that is, under the unfavorable condition the plant will die, but when the favorable condition comes, this underground bulb will create the new plant. Okay, so such a kind of bulb were actually present in the lilium and the tulipa. All right, then the tree habit is also there. For example, in the Dracaena, this Dracaena plant, we are also showing the tree habit. Actually, this tree habit is very exceptional when we talk about the monocotyledonous plant, but there is a exceptionally Dracaena plant which is present in the Liliaceae family, which shows the tree habit. Okay, and they are sometimes climber as well. Okay, for example, the asparagus. Consider this is an asparagus. The climbing nature of the stem is there. Then the smilex is also there for the climber example. This is the smilex, and they were showing the climbing stem like this delicate stem. Okay, so the herbs habit is there, tree habit is there, then the climber habit is also there. Okay, then the xerophytic like plants were also present. For example, the yucca and the aloe. Okay, consider this is an yucca plant, and it's showing the xerophytic characteristics. So does the aloe vera. Okay, aloe vera and the yucca are such a two plants which belongs to the Liliaceae family, and they were showing the xerophytic characteristics. Okay, this become very important from the UPSC mains examination point of view, that you should give the proper example regarding the proper description of the plant. Okay, that is the xerophytic plants which belongs to the Liliaceae family are the yucca and the aloe. Okay, and why we are saying they were having the xerophytic characteristic? Observe in the picture, this is the aloe and this is the yucca. Observe their leaves. Okay, and almost thorny leaves are there. Okay, and they were always try to minimize the water loss. Okay, so minimization of the water loss and the presence of the thorny leaves, etc., all these characters are the xerophytic characters. Okay, and these were shown by the yucca and the aloe. Okay, then there were the presence of cladodes. Okay, these cladodes are nothing but the flat leaf-like stem. Okay, these leaf-like stems are called as the cladodes, and these cladodes are present in the asparagus and the ruscus. Okay, consider this is an asparagus and this is the ruscus plant, and they were showing the very flat leaf-like stem. Okay, that their stem is got converted into the leaf-like structure. Okay, so such a kind of structure is called as the cladode. So habit-wise, they were mostly herbs. Okay, so you can consider that this particular Liliaceae family is an advanced family, right? And they were perennate themselves by using the rhizome or the bulb-like structure. Okay, they were also showing the climber habit, tree habit. Xerophytic characters are also present. For example, in the yucca and the aloe. Okay, and the special structure like cladodes were also present. For that, we have the example of asparagus and the ruscus. Okay, now see the roots, how the roots are there. See the fibrous adventitious roots are there. Yes, of course, it's a monocotyledonous plant family, so the adventitious type of the root system is there. Okay, that is the many roots are coming out from the single point, and there is a no main root, all roots are the main roots. Okay, so bunch of roots is created, and such a kind of root system is called as the adventitious root system. Okay, which is found in the monocotyledons. They were sometimes tuberous as well. For example, asparagus. Okay, so in the asparagus, if you take out the roots, so you will find the tubers. Okay, that is for the storage of food material. They create the tubers in their roots. Okay, so the roots are adventitious in nature, and they were sometimes tuberous. For example, we have the asparagus, right? Now see how the stem is there. Okay, see the stem is herbaceous. Of course, the majority members are the herbs. Okay, so the herbaceous stem is there, and some are trees, so woody stem is also there. See, this is a very contrasting point. Okay, in a monocotyledonous plant, generally we do not find the tree habit or the woodiness. Okay, because the secondary growth is completely absent. Whenever we try to distinguish between the dicotyledon and the monocotyledon, we famously put the point in the dicotyledon. We say there is a secondary growth in the stem, but in the monocotyledon there is a no growth, no secondary growth. But there is a woody nature found in the some members of the Liliaceae family, although Liliaceae family is the monocot family, and they do not have the secondary growth. So if they do not have the secondary growth, then from where this woody habit is coming? There are some exceptions. Okay, there are some exceptions which are found in this particular Liliaceae family. Hence, we have to put this particular word woody. Okay, so majority of the time you will find the herbaceous stem, but sometimes you will find the woody stem. Okay, and the stem is solid or sometimes fistular. Okay, when we say fistular, the internodes are hollow. Okay, for example, this is the node, and this is the internode, and this is the node. Okay, this is the internode. So these nodes are solid, but whatever the internodes are there, they were hollow. Okay, then in such a condition, we say the stem is fistular stem. Okay, then sometimes the stem is underground stem. Okay, as we have talked about that, the underground stem forms the rhizome or the bulb. Okay, so underground stem is also there, and this particular stem will go under deep into the ground. Okay, although for the majority of members the stem is aerial. Okay, above the ground. Observe here, above the ground stem is there, and the stem can be climbing. Okay, because the climbers are there, and it is erect in nature. Okay, then underground stem may be the corm, bulb, or the rhizome. Okay, whatever the underground stem is there, it will depend on which type of plants we are talking about. Depending upon that, it may be corm, it may be bulb, or it may be rhizome. Okay, all these are the underground stems which are present inside the soil. Okay, and this particular Liliaceae family is very famous for this, that they were showing the stem which is present under the ground. Okay, and they were forming the special structures like corm, bulb, and the rhizome through which they can perennate. Okay, because the aerial plant will die after the incoming of the unfavorable conditions. Okay, but the underground rhizome, corm, or the bulb will remain secure inside in the dormant state, and whenever there is a occurrence of the rain or the favorable season, these structures will create the new plant. Okay, in the next season. Then in a ruscus and the asparagus, you will find the aerial stems that bear the phylloclades. Okay, because this is the adaptation, and they were modified leaf-like branches. Okay, and this type of the phylloclades were found in the ruscus and the asparagus. Okay, see, this is the asparagus plant, and in the asparagus plant you will definitely find this type of the phylloclades. All right, then the corm is present in the colchicum plant. Okay, see, this is the colchicum plant, and inside the ground you will find the presence of the corm. Okay, and most importantly, see, the secondary growth occurs in the yucca. Okay, this is the yucca plant, and in the stem of the yucca plant the secondary growth is there. Actually, the word secondary growth and the monocotyledon is quite a contrasting words. Okay, two very contrasting words, because whenever we say the monocotyledonous plant, that literally means they do not have the secondary growth, but there are some exceptions. Okay, for example, the yucca is the exception in the Liliaceae family which shows the presence of the secondary growth. Okay, so such a kind of points which are which are to be right in the UPSC mains examination will really attract the attention of the examiner, okay, that you know the minute details of the plant family. That is the Liliaceae family, although it's a monocotyledonous plant family, showing the example like yucca, which is having the secondary growth, which looks like the dicotyledonous feature, okay, because secondary growth is typically a dicotyledonous feature. It is not the monocotyledonous feature, okay. But the exception is there in the Liliaceae family, that there is a plant genus which is called the yucca, and they were showing the secondary growth. Okay, so this is how the stem is there in the Liliaceae family. Now consider the leaves, how the leaves are there in the Liliaceae family. See, the leaves are alternate, okay, that is they were coming like this, okay, alternate leaves are there. The one leaf is alternate with the other leaf, or sometimes they were opposite as well. For example, like this, okay, they were opposite leaves are also there, and sometimes they were whorl as well. That is from the one common node, many leaves are coming out like this, okay. So the whorl condition is also there. So alternate, opposite, and whorl, all three types of the phyllotaxy can be seen from the Liliaceae family, okay. Then the leaves can be radical. That literally means they were arising from the base of the stem, okay. See, observe in this particular plant here, and from the base of the stem, the leaves are coming out, okay. So if the leaves are coming out right from the base, then we say the leaves are the radical leaves. Okay, so radical leaves are there in some plants, and in some plants the leaves are colline as well, okay, that is coming from the upper part, aerial, from the aerial part of the stem. Then they were exstipulate, okay, that is stipules are not present. They may be sessile or the petiolate, okay, the leaf may be having the petiole, or they may be directly attached to the stem without any petiole. So if they do not have any petiole, then we say the leaf is sessile, and if they were having the petiole, then we say the leaf is petiolate, okay. Then the sheathing leaf base is also present. As you know, sheathing leaf base is found in the majority of the monocotyledonous plant, and whenever there is a leaf which is coming out from the node, these leaves are try to cover the whole node, okay, and this form the sheathing leaf base in the monocotyledons, okay. The shape is variable and the scale like, okay, whatever the leaves are there in the asparagus, they were showing the scale like leaves, okay. In this particular asparagus plant, you will find the leaves which are scale like, okay, so almost zero fatty character is there. Then the thick succulent and the mucilaginous in the aloe, okay. Observe the leaves of the aloe. See, these leaves are very succulent, okay, showing the zero fatty character, and the mucilage is present within this aloe plant, okay. This is also used medicinally in the beauty products, right? So if you cut out the one leaf of the aloe, and if you cut it from the inside, you will definitely find large amount of the mucilage is present inside, okay, which is used for the many medicinal purposes, right? See, the leaves are, so the leaves are very thick succulent and the mucilaginous in the aloe, while they were quite broad in the Phormium tenax, okay. This is the Phormium tenax, and see, the leaves are very long and the broad, okay. And in the Smilex, the leaf, they were stipulate, okay, although we have described the plant family as exstipulate, because majority of the member do not show the presence of the stipules, okay. But in the Smilex like plant, you will find definitely there is a presence of the stipules, and these stipules are got modified into the tendrils, okay, because this Smilex plant is showing the climbing habit, and for the climbing they will they require some structure to get up, okay. So they can move for upward and upward. For that, they have created the tendrils in their bodies, and actually these tendrils are modification of the stipules, okay. And the venation is usually parallel, okay, because in the monocotyledonous plant you will always find the parallel type of the venation, but the reticulate in the Smilex and the Trillium, okay, we say there is a parallel venation, okay. But see here, the reticulate venation is also seen in the Smilex and in the Trillium, okay. So see, this is the Smilex, and you can see the reticulate type of the venation is there, okay. So reticulate venation, it's a characteristic feature of the dicotyledonous plant, right? And the parallel venation is the characteristic feature of the monocotyledonous plant. But still, in this particular monocotyledonous Liliaceae family, you will find there is a presence of the reticulate type of the venation, and for that we have example of the Smilex and the Trillium. All right. Now see, let us consider the floral characters, okay, and in that first let us consider the inflorescence, how the inflorescence is. At a first glance you will observe the beautifully placed flowers are there on the plants, so the great ornamental importance is there for this particular Liliaceae family, okay. So the variable kind of the inflorescence is there, solitary, that is the single flower is coming in case of the tulip, okay. See, this is the tulip, and the fritillaria, this is the fritillaria, and the single plant is born, single flower is born on the stem apex, okay, and such a kind of the inflorescence is called as the solitary inflorescence, Okay, then the panicle raceme type of the inflorescence is found in the asphodelus. Okay, see this is the asphodelus plant, and see the beautifully placed flowers are there, and these are flowers we are creating the panicle raceme type of the inflorescence. Then the cymos umbel type of the inflorescence is found in the allium. See, this is the allium cepa, which is the onion. Okay, and it's the onion flower, and they were having the cymos umbel type of the inflorescence. And in the smilex as well, see, this is the smilex, and this is the smilex plant, and this smilex plant is also showing the cymos umbel type of the inflorescence, right? Or the solitary axillary type of the inflorescence in the gloriosa. Okay, see, this is the gloriosa plant, and this gloriosa is showing the solitary axillary type of the inflorescence. All right, so inflorescence can be solitary. Okay, solitary terminal, or it can be the panicled raceme, it can be the cymos umbel, or it can be the solitary axillary. All right, so beautiful type of variable type of the inflorescence are there in this particular Liliaceae family. Now let us consider how the flower is there. See, the flower is a pedicellate, that is the pedicel is present for the flower. Okay, flower has a stalk, and due to the presence of the stalk, this particular flower is called as the pedicellate flower. Okay, and then the flower may be the actinomorphic or zygomorphic, that is both kind of the flowers are found in the Liliaceae family. Actually, this actinomorphic flower is considered as a primitive characteristic, while the zygomorphic flower is considered as an advanced type of characteristic in the Liliaceae family. Okay, so for that we have example of a lilium and the hemerocalyx. See, this is the lilium flower, and this is the hemerocalyx flower, and these flowers are the example for the actinomorphic and the zygomorphic conditions in the Liliaceae. Then the flower may be hermaphrodite or the unisexual. That literally means the flowers are having both the sexes on the same flower, or having the single sex within the same flower. Okay, so androecium and gynoecium both are present. These are called as the hermaphrodite flower, and if alone androecium or gynoecium is present, then we say the flower is unisexual flower, that is either the male flower or as the female flower, as in case of the smilex and the ruscus. Okay, see, this is the smilex and this is the ruscus plant, and you will find the presence of the unisexual flowers in these type of the plants. Okay, then the flowers are hypogynous, then they are complete sometimes and sometimes incomplete. As you know, the hermaphrodite condition is there and the unisexual condition is also there. So whenever there is a presence of all four whorls, that is the calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium, we say the flower is a complete flower. Okay, and if one of the four is absent, then we say the flower is incomplete. So in the unisexual flower, if it is a female flower, androecium may be absent. If it is a male flower, gynoecium may be absent. Okay, so the complete and the incomplete, both types of the conditions were found in the Liliaceae family. Okay, then they were trimerous or rarely 2 to 4 merous. Okay, in case of the Meanthemum, see, observe in this here, the tetramerous flowers are there. Okay, but generally trimerous condition is there. Okay, 3+3 condition is there, trimerous. Okay, 3 are present completely outside and 3 are present completely inside. So trimerous condition is dominating condition in the Liliaceae family, but sometimes the bimerous and the tetramerous condition can also be found. Okay, so how flower is there? The pedicellate flower is there, pedicel is present. Then the flower may be actinomorphic or zygomorphic, maybe hermaphrodite or the unisexual, maybe complete or the incomplete. Okay, maybe trimerous, bimerous or the tetramerous in nature. Okay, now see how the perianth is there. Actually, the calyx and corolla are not separable in case of the Liliaceae family, and when the calyx and the corolla, they looks very alike. Okay, then we say there is a presence of the perianth. Okay, so the number of tepals are 6. Okay, so P6 condition is there. Okay, so but they were arranged in the 2 whorls of 3 each. That literally means we have to write down the P3+3 in the floral formula, and they were polyphylous. That literally means that they were having the they do not fuse with one another, so the bracket is not required here. Okay, P3+3 condition is there in case of the lilium and the tulipa. See, this is the lilium and this is the tulip plant, and both of which were showing the perianth, which is a 3+3 in arrangement. Okay, that is 3 whorls are completely outside, 3 whorls are completely inside, but they are sometimes gamophilous as well in case of the aloe. See, this is the aloe flower, and in the aloe flower you can see how the whole perianth is got fused with one another. So here the bracket is absolutely required. Okay, in the asparagus as well. Okay, so here the P3+3 in bracket condition is there in the aloe and the asparagus, but in the lilium and in the tulipa you will find the P3+3 condition is there. Okay, so P3+3, this condition is found in the Liliaceae family. Also P3+3 in bracket, this condition is also found in the Liliaceae family, and for that we have the separate examples, that is the lilium and tulipa for the polyphylous and the aloe and the asparagus for the gamophilous condition. Okay, then and of various shapes. Okay, different shapes are there, and they were petaloid or sepaloid. Okay, either they will look like a petal or they can be look like a sepal. Okay, sometimes the green, sometimes the very colorful. Okay, and their estivation is imbricate in the bud condition. Okay, whenever there is a bud condition, the flower is in the bud condition, the imbricate type of estivation is there. Okay, and usually after opening, the velvet estivation is there. Okay, so remember they were all placed on the same radii. Okay, just like this. So they were showing the velvet type of estivation, but the imbricate type of estivation is in the bud, and the velvet type of estivation when the flower is got open. Okay, so how the parent is there, 3+3 condition is there, total 6 tepals are there, and these 3+3 are maybe polyphylous or maybe gamophylous in nature. Right, now see how the androecium is there. Okay, see the stamens are 6. Okay, that is the A6 condition is there, or maybe 3, that is the A3 in case of the ruscus, or A8 in case of the terrace. Okay, so number of androecium vary from plant to plant. Okay, somewhere majority of the time you will find the A6, sometimes you will find the A3, and sometimes you will find the A8. Okay, then they are the polyandrous, then literally means they are not fused with one another. Okay, so A6 condition is there and no bracket is required. Okay, then they are epiphylous, that is the androecium, the individual member of the androecium, that is the stamens, are attached to the individual members of the individual members of the perianth, that is the tepals. So epiphylous condition is there, just like the epipetalous condition when the stamens are attached themselves to the petals, right? But here the stamens are got attached themselves to with the tepals, and hence the epiphylous condition is there. Okay, then the antiphylous condition is also found, that literally means the stamens are present in opposite to the petals. Okay, whatever the tepals are there in case of the perianth, okay, in the stamens were exactly opposite of these petals or say tepals. Okay, then such a condition is called as the antiphylous condition. The filaments are long. Okay, whatever the filaments are there in the androecium or in the stamen, as you know, stamen is made up of the 3 parts. The upper part is called as the anther, then we have the connective, and then we have the filaments. So these are filaments are the long filaments. Then the anthers are versatile. Okay, these anthers are showing the versatile nature, that is almost at the middle of the filament these are got attached with the filament. Okay, then they may be basifix and they are dithecous, that is 2 theca are present. They may be intros or the extros. If they are intros, they were facing towards one another. If they are extros, they were facing toward opposite to the one another. Okay, then in a ruscus, the outer whorl of the stamens is reduced to the staminoid. Sometimes the whatever the androeciums are there or the stamens are there, they have got much reduced, and this reduced structures is called as the staminoids. Okay, and for that we have the example of the ruscus. All right, so what about the androecium? A6 condition is there. Okay, and they are polyandrous, they are free, no bracket is required, but they are fused with the tepals. Okay, and hence the epiphylous condition is there. Then the filaments are long. Anther, how the anthers are versatile, basifix, dithecous, and the intros or the extros type of the anthers are there, and sometimes they got reduced to the staminoid structure in case of the ruscus. Okay, now let us see the gynoecium. How the gynoecium is there? See, tricarpillary gynoecium is there. So G3 condition is there. Okay, and they were syncarpous, that is they were fused. So G3 in bracket condition is there. Okay, so G3 in bracket, that is the gynoecium tricarpillary syncarpous nature is there, and the ovary is superior, so underline is required below. Okay, superior ovary is there, or the half inferior ovaries can be also be seen in the some members. Then they are trilocular, that is the 3 locules are present within the ovary, and sometimes the unilocular as well, with the 2 ovules in each locule. Okay, so the 2 ovules are present in each locule. That is why if there is unilocular condition, the 2 ovules are there. If there is a trilocular condition, the 6 ovules are there. Then there is a exile type of the placentation for the ovule. Then style is very simple. Stigma is trilobed. Okay, if you observe the stigma, you will observe structure like this. Trilobe structure is there, or 3-parted structure is there. Okay, so how the gynoecium is there? G3 in bracket, that is the tricarpillary syncarpous condition, superior ovary is there. Okay, then trilocular and or the unilocular with the 2 ovules in each locule. Okay, axial placentation is there. Style simple, and stigma is trilobed or the 3-parted. Okay, now let us consider the fruit, how the fruit is there. Okay, see, a berry type of fruit is there in case of the asparagus and the smilax. Okay, see, this is the asparagus fruit and this is the smilax fruit. Okay, and they were showing the berries. Okay, and the capsule type of the fruits can also be seen in the aspodellus. Okay, this is the aspodellus fruit, and the capsule type of fruit is there for this aspodellus, but majority of the time you will find the berry type of the fruit in the Liliaceae family. Then the seed. Okay, how the seed is there? See, the seed is endospermic in nature, and endosperm is horny, okay, and it is cartilaginous, okay. So the thorny or the spiny condition is there on the seed, hence the endosperm is considered as a horny hair, and they were showing the cartilaginous nature, okay, but the seed is endospermic in nature basically. And the let us consider the pollination, how the pollination is there. The entomophilous type of pollination is there because beautifully colored flowers are there and insects are regularly visiting these flowers, and hence the pollination is the entomophilous type of pollination. And rarely the self pollination can also be seen, that is whatever if the flower is the bisexual flower and within the single flower there is a presence of the gynoecium and there is a presence of androecium, then no biotic factor or the abiotic factor is required. Actually the from the stamens the anthers will directly place on the stigma, okay. So in case no water is required, no wind is required, no insect is required, it is called as the self pollination, okay. So this type of pollination can also be seen in the Liliaceae family, but majority of the time their pollination is a entomophilous type of the pollination, that is pollination with the help of the insects, okay. So entomophilous type of pollination is there, but rarely you will find the self pollination as well, okay. So so let us consider the floral formula for the Liliaceae family. Now see the flowers are actinomorphic or zygomorphic, we have talked about this. So the actinomorphic sign is given here. Then the flowers may be bisexual or the unisexual, okay. So this particular bisexual condition is shown in the floral formula. Then how the perianth is there? Yes, 3+3 condition is there, or in bracket 3+3 condition is there. That is polyphylous condition or the gamophylous condition, both types of the condition is found in this particular perianth, okay. Then how the androeciums are there? Total 6, 3+3 condition is there, right? And how the gynoecium is there? Gynoecium is tricarpellary, that is 3 carpels are there, and they were syncarpous, fused with one another with the ovary superior, okay. So this type of the floral formula is found in the Liliaceae family, where you will find the actinomorphic flower, bisexual flower, perianth, which is arranged in a 3+3, that is 3+3 6 tepals. They may be free, they may be fused, okay. Androeciums are 3+3, right? And gynoecium is tricarpellary and syncarpous and ovary is superior, okay. But here the one thing is important, that the epiphyllous condition is found, that is the individual members of stamens were fused with that of the individual members of the perianth, okay. So let us consider the floral diagram. See, 3+3 arrangement in the perianth. See, this is the first whorl, okay. This is the second whorl, and this is the third whorl, which are present outside. And this is the first, second, and the third whorl, which is present inside. That is why the tepals 3+3 condition is there in the perianth, okay. And here in the floral diagram, you will find the polyphylous condition, okay. That is, they are not fused with one another. Then androeciums, okay, and androecium, as you know, they are polyphylous, they were attached with the tepals. See how they are attached with the tepals, okay. So 3 are attached with the inner tepals, okay, that is A3 condition is there, and 3 are attached with that of the outer tepals, okay. That is why the 3+3 condition is there. And inside you will find the tricarpellary syncarpous type of the gynoecium, okay. So this type of the simple floral diagram is there for the Liliaceae family. What do you have to do? You have to draw the 3 tepals outside, okay, and 3 tepals inside, okay, just like this. And with these 3 and 3 6 tepals, you have to show the attachment with that of the stamens, which are also showing the 3+3 arrangement, because 3 are attached to the outer whorls and 3 are attached to the inner whorls, okay. And that is why 3+3 condition is there. And in the center you will find there is a tricarpellary, that is a 3 carpel gynoecium, and they were fused with one another, okay. So fusion must be shown. So this is how the floral formula and the floral diagram is there for the Liliaceae family, okay. Now let us consider some of the primitive characters of the Liliaceae family. See, perennial or the arboreal habit, okay, that is the tree habit is shown by some of the plant, and as you know, this is considered as a primitive characteristic, okay, in case of the aloe and in case of the yucca, okay. That is the aloe is the perennial plant and the yucca is showing the arboreal habit, and both of these characteristics are considered as a primitive character. Then the leaves are simple and they were spirally arranged in most of the genera. Again, the simple leaves and the spiral arrangement of the phyllotaxy is considered as a primitive character. Then the solitary flowers, okay, in some genera we are showing the solitary flowers, that is only the single flower is born, okay, and this condition is also called as the primitive condition. Then the flowers are hermaphrodite, that is bisexual flowers, and the actinomorphic symmetry is there. Both of these characters are the primitive characters. Then the flowers are large, as you know, the large size flowers are considered as a primitive flower, and the small size flowers flowers are considered as the advanced flower. Here the flowers are large and the hypogynous. Both these conditions are again primitive conditions. Then the perianths are polyphylous, that is they are free from one another in some of the genera. Okay, although in some genera you will find the gamophilous condition, which is the advanced condition, but some genera are there which are showing the polyphylous type of the condition, which is the primitive condition or the ancient condition. Okay, this seed is endospermic. Okay, as you know, the non-endospermic condition is considered as a advanced condition, but here you will find the endospermic condition in the seeds, and that is why this is also the primitive character way of the Liliaceae family. Okay, now see the what are the advanced characters are there. See, mostly plants are herbaceous. Okay, mostly herb habit is shown by the plants, and the herbaceous plants are there. Leaves are exstipulate. Okay, no stipule is present. Advanced character. Opposite and the whorl phyllotaxy is also the advanced character. Then some of the flowers are zygomorphic, right? In some genera like Lilium and the Hermicolis. In these plants you will find the zygomorphic symmetry, and in the rest of the plants you will find the actinomorphic symmetry. But this zygomorphic symmetry is considered as an advanced character over the actinomorphic symmetry. Okay, flowers are unisexual in some of the plants. For example, Ruscus and the Smilax. Okay, over the hermaphrodite condition or over the bisexual condition, the unisexual condition is considered as a advanced type of the condition. Then some members were showing the gamophilous type of the condition. That is, the perianths are fused with one another. Okay, and as you know, fusion is considered as a advanced character. And then the stamens are epiphylous. That is, stamens were showing the fusion with that of the tepals. So again, the fusion is there in the case of the epiphylous condition, and this epiphylous condition hence considered as a advanced character. Okay, now the reduction in the number of stamens, okay, to the 3 only, that is A3 condition is found in the Ruscus plant, and this A3 condition is considered as an advanced condition because the reduced number of the stamens is considered as an advanced character. Okay, and on the similar lines, the reduced number of the carpels 3 or 2 and the syncarpous condition, that is the fusion, is considered as an advanced character. Then the axial placentation is also the advanced character in the Liliaceae family. So all these points are showing how the Liliaceae family is the advanced family. Majority of the time there is a fusion, and due to this fusion, this particular plant family is considered as a advanced family. Okay, now let us consider the economic importance of the Liliaceae family. See, the very first economic importance we have to write about the Liliaceae family regarding their food material. Okay, we use the many members of the Liliaceae family as the food. The very first is the allium cepa. This is the onion. Okay, see, this onion is of daily use in our kitchens, and the species is called as the allium cepa. Then we have the allium sativum, which is called as the garlic. Okay, and the garlic is also the day-to-day part in our kitchen, right? Then the asparagus plant is also the edible as a food material. Okay, so all these members belongs to the Liliaceae family are edible in nature. Okay, we can directly consume it. So there is a great economic importance of the Liliaceae family members in case of the food or the edible food material. Then we have some members which are also showing the medicinal properties. For example, the Smilax, then the aloe, gloriosa, veratrum, colchicum, scala, and the eugenia. These yields very useful drugs. Okay, whatever the drugs are there in the market today, majority of them are coming from the plant-based products, right? And they were largely extracted from the plants. All these plants which belongs to the Liliaceae family, they were very famous for yielding the very useful drugs. Okay, as you know, actually the aloe is useful right from the Ayurveda. Okay, so the very useful drugs are extracted from the Liliaceae plant family. Then the rat poison is extracted from the Orgenia and the bulbs of the Scylla. So this Scylla and the Orgenia, both of these plants are used to create the rat poison out of it. Okay, then this particular aloe vera, it's aloin. Okay, this aloin is also the very herbal product. Okay, and it is very useful medicinally. Then the roots of the asparagus, it yields the tonic. As you know, asparagus is the powerful stimulant, and whatever the root is there for the asparagus, tuberous roots are there. These are act as a tonic. Okay, then the colchicum, we can extract the from the colchicum we can extract the colchicine. Okay, and this colchicine has the great application not only in the medicinal industry but also in the research. Okay, because this particular colchicine compound is responsible for creating the polyploidy. Okay, that it literally double the number of chromosome in any cell if we give the treatment of the colchicine to it. Okay, so the colchicine is a chemical compound which is very useful medicinally as well as in the current research fields as well. Okay, and this colchicine is coming from the colchicum, which is the plant belongs to the Liliaceae plant family. Okay, so the large medicinal importance is there for this particular Liliaceae family. You have to remember the genus or the botanical name. Okay, in order to write down which are useful for the drugs, which are useful for the rat poison, which are useful as a tonic, and which are useful to extract the colchicine. Then the fibers. Okay, so fiber yielding plants are also there. For example, the yucca plant and the Fermium 10x plant, both of these plants yield the fiber of commerce. Okay, and this can literally be sold in the market. So both of these plants are important from the fiber point of view. Then there are some plants which produce resins. Okay, see the Dracena plants and the Xanthoria plants, both of these plants are very famous for producing the resin, and then this resin is used in the various type of the industries. Then there is ornamental importance as well for this particular Liliaceae family. This Liliaceae family shows some common cultivated garden plants. For example, the tulip. Okay, the very famous tulip. Okay, and this tulip looks so beautiful that it is obviously placed in the gardens. Okay, then there is a lilium. Consider, then there is a gloriosa, then there is a aloe. See how beautiful they looks. Okay, ruscus, dracena, asparagus, yucca, and the hemerocallis. All these are the ornamental plants which are useful to be cultivated in the gardens. Okay, so that they can look beautiful. So here the fiber importance, resin importance, and ornamental importance are there also there for the Liliaceae plant family. Okay, so this is all about this topic. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video with your friends who are studying the botany, and if you haven't subscribed to the Botany Option channel yet, please subscribe to the Botany Option channel for UPSC examination. Again, thank you very much for giving your time. See you in the next video lecture. Thank you.